What's up, guys? Chris from Review Cave here, and today I'm going to be giving you guys my thoughts on the most recent chapter of One Piece, Chapter 283, Thunder. Now, one thing you get at is that for the latter half of this chapter, it's mostly action and it kind of does a quick thing where it goes back and forth between the different groups. Because with all this that's going on with Raid on Onigashima, there are a lot of groups to follow in this arc during this raid. We got Luffy. We got Luffy's group right now. We got Usopp and Chopper. We got Nami, Karen, and Shinobu and Sanji. We got Kinamon's group. We got Denjiro. We got Law in his group. We got Nekomamushi with Marco. And last but not least, we haven't seen them yet, Jinbei and Robin. So, as well as Brooke and Frankie. We still haven't seen those guys yet. So, two groups, well, technically three if we count Law's group, are completely unaccounted for. We haven't seen anything of what they're doing at this point. I mean, Law's group, technically, they're still under the water, so they haven't detected. But anyway, we go back and forth between some of these groups until we settle on Luffy in the latter half of the chapter, confronting Ulti, like how the previous chapter ended. Now, I know I'm a minute in, but I'm sorry I got this video out a week late. A week late. I know, it's stupid that I got this video done a week late, but I had a lot of stuff going, real world stuff going on, and I hadn't really found the time to record. Hell, my recent reviews of Black Clover were posted the day before, and I only had time to record that one the other day. So hopefully I can start getting back on schedule next week when I start doing my reviews again. So, this chapter starts off not with any of our current groups. We start off with Peril Sparrow on his candy slug, finally making it up the waterfall all by himself, and Onigashima is in sight. He's like, finally, I've made it. And he says Luffy, Marco, and King by name. He's like, I'm going to make them pay. I mean, the guy's been knocked down from the waterfall twice. It's like a running joke. The fact that he himself, from what we can see, it's just him. Which means he left the rest of his family down at the waterfall so he can go up ahead. And he's like, I don't know what Mama's thinking, but I do not give a damn about this alliance. I never respected this alliance to begin with. The Big Mom Pirates will reign supreme. And that's the first page of the chapter, and I love it because it fits Sparrow's. Oh man, I'm just gonna find it hilarious that once he reaches there, he get one KO'd by somebody. I would love it if he just got KO'd by King of all people again, the people he's, or maybe even Marco. It'd be freaking hilarious if he just got knocked into the sea by someone nearby. Who knows? Maybe as this is going on, he gets into Onigashima. He sees Jinbei. Jinbei does Fishman karate to knock him into the water or something, and goes and gets him with Sea Prism Stone and knocks him out. At this point, Peril Sparrow is mostly a joke, in my opinion. If he can turn the tide on this fight in the favor of the Big Mom and Kaido alliance, I'm all for it to make this arc even more challenging. But as we see in this chapter, it's going to be even more challenging to take down Kaido's army. Well, it's crew, but it's mostly an army. Come on, it's an army. But anyway, we continue from where we left off, and we see Orochi having Momo on the crucifix, all beaten and bloodied, and from what we can see, maybe possibly unconscious, from what I can see. It made a big announcement like, soon, we're going to execute the son of Odin of the Kuzuki clan. And yes, this is the same kid from 20 years ago. Yeah, I can't do a good Orochi. Hey, maybe I can do it like this next time. I'm not going to do the voices. I think if I do the voices, I feel like I'm really bringing off Tekken if I do that. I'm not going to do it. But anyway, so in a single page, we see Momo. We see that he's up on the crucifix and he's getting ready to be executed. And it fits with Orochi. The guy is way too paranoid. He's just going to be like, you know what? We're going to lure out the rest of the samurai by trying to execute Momo. And when they come out, we execute all of them. Which is what he said previously. So, yeah, that makes complete and total sense. Then, real quick, with a quick page, we cut to Zoro, who seems to have separated from Luffy. Also, Kid and Killer seem to have been separated from each other. Kid and Killer are still together. But Luffy has been separated from Zoro, which is kind of pretty bad, in my opinion. I mean, not in terms of storytelling, but bad for them because those two together are a pretty awesome team. They're a powerhouse team. And I would give anything to see the two of them go all out in a tag team fight. I mean, come on. We all want to see this. But anyway, Zoro comes across multiple members of the base pirates. Three of them in particular, who seem pretty damn strong, are all like bug themed. They're all pretty bug themed. And in my opinion, those are some pretty interesting designs because usually we've kept these designs strictly towards regular animals and dinosaurs, especially with the Toby Robo so far. No, especially with the flying headline with the All Stars. They're just they're mythical Zoan types. Page one's mythical Zoan dinosaur. X-Drake is a dinosaur. Same. So yeah, it's nice to see more of a variety because so far every single person has been an how was I gonna say a mammal, more of a mammal or a reptile. Aside from the very few bird ones. So yes, and maybe like the one butterfly girl from chapters ago. But yeah, you see a stag beetle, Hercules beetle, and a mantis girl. Okay, I like the mantis girl's design. I mean, I'm a guy, of course I'm gonna like this kind of design. But anyway, they're basically lecturing Zoro about how all of them wanted to become the king of the pirates at one point, but they ended up giving up, seeing that it was easier just to join Kaido's crew and help him. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that Zoro seems to be having a tough time conserving his energy, because the further along he goes in, the more Devil Fruit users, more specifically Smile Fruit users, the gifters, are further in. And since pretty much the gifters are the ones that are most likely trying to get into the Toby Robo, thanks to Queen's sweeping declaration that if they manage to kill or capture any of these intruders, they will have a spot on the Toby Ropo. And I remember the Toby Ropo and the three All-Stars are Devil Fruit users, which does in fact help their motivation. And they literally say, let me see if I get this right, nearly 500 gifters at this point. Nearly 500 gifters. For all we know, this is not counting the All-Stars or the Toby Ropo. So having to fight a bunch of regular foot soldiers is perfectly fine. For Zoro, he can hold back and take out a bunch of them, unless there's like someone who's super skilled. But having to take on a bunch of Devil Fruit users, Zoro can't conserve his energy. He's going to fight these guys. He might have to use some haki to really deal some damage and knock them down. Because from what we saw in the previous chapters where they had to fight a Pooh, they had to run away because they were surrounded by the enemies. They didn't have any backup. And they didn't have no idea how to counter a Pooh's Devil Fruit at this point. Now they do, but still. If they conserve their energy against all these Devil Fruit users that are coming at them, then they're going to have to start going all out, because otherwise they're going to end up exhausting themselves a lot quicker. But after this, I mean, Zoro does seem a bit winded and a little frustrated. But anyway, moving on, another page is going back to Kid and Killer. So they're fighting. Kid's saying that he lost sight of the rest of his crew, but at this point, it's also a good thing because right now it's only Kid, Killer, Luffy, and Zoro that have been made. So if the rest of Killer's crew stays hidden in the crowd, they can strike from the shadows and completely infiltrate without being noticed. So that's a good thing. At least Luffy and Zoro's scenes didn't completely screw things for them. Oh man. But then all of a sudden, someone's calling out for another member of the Beast Pirates, and that member of the Beast Pirates is saying, "Don't concern yourself with me, just let me go." And Kid notices this, gets ready, and then knocks out the rest of the Beast Pirates, saying, "Lose focus around me and you die." And the best part of this chapter, before I get to that, I kind of skipped over something. Chopper and Usopp, as Big Mom just turned around and laughed thanks to Prometheus. My last chapter review, I called Prometheus Apollo for some reason. I don't know why. Apollo, fire, blah blah, and the other guy's Zeus, so But we see them in the Brachio tank, which seems to have been transformed. They're saying that maybe when Big Mom punched them, she accidentally unlocked one of the transformation sequences for the General Frankie Robo. So that is a possibility. Either or she turned the damn thing into a homie. What's the one thing that will be very bad for them? If the tank that they're in is in a homie and is taking them somewhere, maybe possibly in the middle of the battlefield, maybe into the freaking ocean, and they can't open it, yeah, that is pretty damn scary. Yeah, you know what? I'm going with the brachial tank transformation for the General for Frankie Robo because it grew legs. So I'm going with that. I'm feeling optimistic because if it's that, they don't have any problems because it does appear that they have some sort of control over it. So if it was a homie, they'd have no control over it. So there's that. Then we cut back to Nami, Carrot, and Shinobu as they're being chased by Prometheus, who continuously tells Big Mom where they are. And Carrot, being all adorable, is like, "Hey, son guy, please stop telling Big Mom where we are." Okay, now, look, I really do love Carrot, and at this point, it feels like that she's a member of the crew. I know Jinbei is a part of the crew now, and I so wanted him to come in this arc. If they add Carrot onto the crew as well, I'm perfectly fine with that. Plus, in my opinion, there are too many. Plus, in my opinion, it would help. It would help with rounding out the crew with another girl on the team, I guess. But if he's not, I'm cool with that also. But anyway, as they go on, they're wondering where Sanji is. Turns out, when Sanji found, before they decided to split up and everything, since Sanji was in the brothel, he was like, "I won't rest until I find women in that brothel." So he just just freaking left. He left. I mean, it doesn't really fit Sanji's character too much to leave Nami alone. Nami and Carrot by themselves. But then again, they're pretty strong on their own, but not enough to take on a freaking emperor. So, huge leap in logic. But then again, he probably didn't know that Nami and Carrot and Joe were going to go in after him. So they keep getting chased by Big Mom and Prometheus. Zeus is flying alongside Nami and everyone, being like, "Nami, please, she's going to punish me. We gotta run." I love how Zeus is freaking scared right now, as he should, because he freaking left Big Mom to go with Nami, and now that if they catch him, that's just gonna be great. That's gonna be great. And as Big Mom is chasing them, she is making homies of everything in her general area: umbrella, table, chairs, lamps, etc. And she's like, let them keep going. They're gonna end this exits at the banquet hall. Which means if they keep going, they'll make it to that area. I mean, for all we know, they could slip in. If they're lucky, they can slip into the Beast Pirates since they're still in their disguises. But with Big Mom been doing all this, she could probably, honestly, Prometheus will just keep following them, in my opinion. But if they manage to lose Big Mom in that giant crowd, Big Mom on a rampage will end up getting really frustrated and just demolish all the Beast Pirates in her way just to get to Nami and Zeus. And for all we know, this could help with rescuing Momonosuke. But with that all said and done, we're going to Luffy's part, and he comes face to face with Ulti. She's trying to comfort Page One, being like, "Why'd you have to do this to my Pei?" And he's like, "You're the one." And Luffy's like, "You're the one who rode him down the stairs like a sled." And she's not having any of it, and she's asking who Luffy is. Luffy just says, at this, basically on cue, she sets up everything. "I'm Luffy. I'm gonna be the king of the pirates." Everyone's shocked or either laughing. Ulti says, "King of the pirates?" She leaps up in the air, tilts her head back, and goes in for a strong headbutt, saying that the one who's going to be king of the pirates is Lord Kaido. And then they both clash with headbutts. You see the freaking artwork for this. The clash of armament hockey is freaking intense. Oda, I love this. I love how you're doing this. This is freaking amazing. And then big explosion. Beast Pirates are like, "You did it, Miss Ulti." But then all of a sudden, Page One and Ulti, who is in her hybrid form, end up, transforming. Page One into his dinosaur form, and Ulti into her hybrid form. And it is revealed what her dino fruit power is. She is the Dragon Fruit Agent type Pachycephalosaurus. Yeah, I think I pronounced that right. All right. So they're like, "Why are they doing this?" And there's like this guy. So OT says how dangerous Luffy is. The other Beast Pirates are like, but how? This guy's skull is broken and mush. It's like, then how do you explain all that hotkey? All anger, like, and Luffy comes out of the rubble being like, you know what, I should be doing this a lot smarter. I am in an Emperor's castle. He jumps up towards Ulti, goes behind her, grabs her horns, and then slams her to the ground. All that was just satisfying. And then Page One charges at Luffy. Luffy dodges, grabs the beam at the top. Then he slingshots down, gets underneath Page One, and then does a point blank elephant's gun uppercut on Page One, knocking him down again. And then Ulti gets back up being like, how dare you, and grabs Luffy and pins him to the ground. She is in her full dino form. She is in her Page One, her Pachycephalosaurus full dinosaur form. And allow me to iterate how nice this is. I mean, I can't wait to see how this fight is animated, because as far, in my opinion, the anime has gotten much better with its animation. So when this gets animated, the hockey clash and the actual fight against Page One will look great animated. But then Ulti's preparing one big blow, and Luffy senses the danger. He's like, oh, and he's getting ready to go to fourth gear. But then they both sense something coming, and wham! Ulti gets hit in the face by a metal bat charged with hockey from this guy in a Oni mask. They attack Thunder Bagua. And once we see this, Ulti is pretty much knocked out at this point, and everyone's like, Master Yamato? It's freaking Yamato. He shows up and saves Luffy's ass. I love it. Also, one thing I do have to say is that I don't think Luffy's pulling his punches too much. I mean, from what I can see, he knocked out Page One with relative ease. And he probably could have dealt more damage to Ulti if he managed to avoid getting pinned down by her. Or managed to do fourth gear. There's that. But everyone's like, what's he doing here? Did he attack Ulti? Blah, 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 blah. And Kaido was looking for him and stuff like that, and not to let him escape. Yamato turns to Luffy and he's like, Straw Hat Luffy, is that you? Luffy says, yes. And then Yamato just picks up Luffy and starts running like a madman. He's like, don't worry, I'm not here to attack you. And Luffy's like, yeah, I can feel that you don't want to hurt me. And he's like, oh man. And then Yamato continues to say, I've been waiting for you for a long time. And he's like, oh, yeah, my name is Yamato, and I'm Kaido's son. And Luffy's like, huh? And that's how the chapter ends. I love how the chapter ends with just... Okay, first of all, this I do love the design of the mask that he's wearing. That is honestly pretty great. And also, the one thing I need to mention, he's wearing rope just like Odin. So, and he has chains, he has shackles on his arms. So, for all we know, he could be an Odin fanboy. I mean, it's been 20 years. Maybe Kaido had a son when he invaded Wano. There is still the thing of Black Maria being Kaido's mistress and Yamato's mother. I mean, the two of them are the same size. It's possible, and they do seem pretty chummy from what we saw in the previous chapters. But yeah, overall, great chapter. We got to see some of the chaos ensuing in this arc right now, because we got the cutback between Zoro, Kid and Killer, Usopp, Chopper, Nami and Carrot, and we got to see Orochi and the platform. Overall, another solid chapter, and I think this was just the best One Piece chapter in the past month, I think? Aside from Marco, no, actually, you know what? It's again, One Piece chapters have been pretty epic since this thing began. Oda's really selling me on the chaos of this moment, because as some groups are trying to stay stealthy, others have been caught and are running away or just fighting their way through. Example, Luffy, Zoro, Kid and Killer. And Luffy fought two of the Tobiropo, and I feel like Luffy probably would have beaten Ulti if he went into fourth gear. But if he used fourth gear, he would have to use up his Haki and wait like 10 whole minutes to get his Haki back. And against Devil Fruit users and everyone, Haki is a pretty good weapon. I mean, it's possible that Luffy can fully master fourth gear and can use it the same way as third and fourth. I mean, It wasn't that big of a time jump, and I don't think Luffy would have been able to master it that quickly. He's got a good grasp on 4th gear, Snake Man, and Bound Man, but I don't think he would be able to master 4th gear in this short a time. It took him 2 years to master 2nd and 3rd gear, along with knowing the basis of Haki and improving on it as he battles. 4th gear he had just created, but hasn't fully mastered, which is why he has a time limit on it. And he has a time limit on when he can recover. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about this chapter, because with Yamato swooping in to save Luffy, I'm curious to see why he's going to help Luffy. Is he going to team up with Luffy and everyone to take down Kaido? Does he want to see his dad get taken down? Or is this some weird thing where he wants to help Odin's family or something? Like he felt inspired by Odin during his death. Like I said, it's been 20 years. Yamato was probably like Momo's age, probably. It's possible Yamato was Momo's age. So yeah, highly possible. But with all that said and done, another great One Piece chapter. I really like the action in this. Luffy versus Ulti in page 1 was amazing. I love that Zoro was trying to hold himself back, conserve his energy, but as he's doing it, he's getting more and more exhausted as he conserves his energy against more Devil Fruit users. And he'll have to stop pulling his punches if he wants to get through the castle a lot quicker. I love how Kid's just decimating as much as he can. Same with Killer. I want to see what's going to happen with Usopp and Chopper, because those two need some time to shine in this arc. Especially Usopp, because Chopper had some really nice moments in Whole Cake Island, especially when he had to try and hold off Big Mom for a few minutes. And I want to see Nami utilize Zeus more. I want to see Carrot fight. I want to see Shinobu fight. I want to see Sanji again. I want to see Sanji just freaking attack someone. Fight someone. Have Sanji fight who's who. No. Have Sanji fight Drake, maybe. I want to see that. Or have Drake betray everyone in the middle of this chaos. I love it. Have him team up with Straw Hat and everyone. That would be great. I mean, it's his opportunity to freaking take down Kaido. But yeah, again, those were just my speculations. I'm sorry this video turned out to be so damn long, but it's a One Piece chapter review. It's very likely that these things could end up getting longer as these progress. So if you make it through all this, I commend you. But yeah, with all that said and done, like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below on what you think will happen next. Why is Yamato saving Luffy at this point? Why was he waiting for Luffy? Why is he dressed like Odin? And what's going to happen to the rest of the groups? When do you think we'll see Jinbei and Robin fight together? I want to see that. I want to see the tag team. But we'll see Frankie and Brooke too. I want to see that, those two girls specifically. As much as I hate having... As much as I don't want Oda to cut from the action, focusing on Luffy and this general area, we got to see the rest of the Straw Hat crew. 4 of the Straw Hats, almost half of the Straw Hats have not been seen since they landed on Onigashima. I want to see them. But anyway, yeah. Like and subscribe. Tell me what's going to happen next. When do you think we'll see the rest of the crew? What's Yamato's reasoning for saving Luffy? And any manga recommendations so I can make more review videos. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at the Official Review Cave. I got links to those in my channel descriptions, so go check that out. I'll post stuff in future videos. But that's all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you all have an awesome day.